Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. Have you ever thought what that means? What is an inspired life? It's the life you're meant to live. It's the awesome, most exciting life you can have. The life where you know things are going your way. And I know lots of you are thinking, oh, I don't have that life right now. But don't worry, it always comes back. Even if you're having a bad day or whatever, the good life always comes back. So don't give up hope. I'm a medium, and as a medium, I connect in with people on the other side, the people who have passed over. And as a life coach, a spiritual life coach, I help people take steps to live the life of their dreams as well, to help them make those choices, to deal with their problems, to achieve their goals, to deal with relationship issues, whatever it could happen to be. I help them move into that space where they can take care of it. Every week on this show, I do a coaching tip, and I love my coaching tips, and I also take a caller or two. And today's coaching tip is a good one. It's living in the moment. The decisions and choices we make moment by moment are what's creating our lives. We make these decisions and choices to how we're going to feel. We do make those choices. Even though things happen around us where we don't think we have control over it, we actually make the choices to how we're going to feel. We make the choice in that moment of what action we're going to take. We can choose to be happy and content, or we can also choose to be sad and miserable and stressed out. Each moment is a new beginning. It's a new story. You're starting a new life story in each moment. And we do have control over these things. We absolutely do. I used to be an extremely, and I mean extremely, type A personality. I'd be stressed out, overwhelmed, really busy, trying to control everything. I would have problems sleeping. I would be doing too much. I'd be worrying about things. My life was just like a blur of one thing to the next, one thing to the next. And over the past 17 years on my spiritual path, as I've learned about myself, I've noticed that my stress level had decreased. And there are a few reasons for that, but one of them that is probably the most important was that I recognized how important it was to live in the present moment. And as I was doing this, I realized I was paying more attention to my day. I was paying more attention to how I felt. I was making conscious choices about those moments. So anytime I would get stressed, I would come back to the moment. And I really started to realize that in each of these moments, I can make an empowering or a disempowering choice. I can make an empowering choice to be satisfied in the moment, recognize that everything is perfect in this very moment, or it's in the right place, or I can consciously or subconsciously choose to give away that moment and give it away to worry, stress, overwhelm, whatever it is. And whenever I would give away a moment, I was basically losing that moment. I could choose instead to find the peaceful place within myself, to let go of that worry. I could choose to take a step and trust that everything is perfect. I could choose to take a step towards a dream or a goal or some kind of action to move towards something. So many times people think if we're living in the moment that we don't make plans. We're not making future plans. But that's wrong. You have to make future plans. You can't just live moment to moment without thinking a little bit about what's going to happen. But what you can do, living moment to moment, even with plans, is you're enjoying your life while you're taking action to create whatever it is you need to create. All we have is this moment, and we need to make the most of it. I personally like to make plans in my moment because I find it fun and enjoyable, and I like to do it. So that's a really good use of my moments. If I'm instead getting stressed out, worried, sad, whatever it is, I've lost my moment. I've given it away. I may be upset or whatever. And I don't like that. I don't like when I choose to use my moments for worry or stress and things, being upset about whatever it is. This concept is so easy that people think, oh yeah, I know that. I know I'm supposed to live in the moment. Yeah, it's cool. I got it. But if you're not actually paying attention to those moments, then you don't really get it. You don't really get the power that's within each moment. That's the power we have to create our lives, the lives we want to have. As I said a few times already, life is made up of those moments. Now, if you have a big problem or you have a big goal, something going on in your life that can be a little bit overwhelming, you might forget to live in the moment. We all step into this with some frequency. We just forget. Or you may have a big problem and you can't see how to break it down into smaller steps. And you can't see how to break it down into a moment-by-moment choice as to make a change. And it doesn't really make a difference if you're thinking too far ahead. You really don't have to be that far ahead, but it does make a difference so that you can pay attention to recognize how important that moment is, so you don't waste it and give it away and do nothing about your problem, your goal, whatever it is. If you're wasting those moments, you're wasting your lives. And even more important than actually wasting your moment not moving towards something is wasting it by not choosing joy, not choosing moments of peace, not choosing moments of love, satisfaction, contentment. And I'm sure you've all heard of people who are seriously ill, who choose to live their lives in each moment with as much joy as possible. And I'm sure you've met people like this. It's really amazing when you watch them, because you know they're suffering from something very serious, but at the same time they have a smile on their face and they're so happy to see you and to be outside experiencing life. And I've wondered how it is that people who are going through something so bad for them can be so happy. And I wonder why we wait until something serious happens before we realize we actually do have the power to choose happiness, to choose joy, no matter what is happening in our lives. If people who are suffering from a serious illness can do it, we can do it in our every single day life. If you base your decisions on the moment, how you feel, it'll be easier to create the life you want, the happier life, the joyful life. And it'll also be easier to take steps to achieve your goals or your dreams or solve a problem. Each moment is a new opportunity. It's a new beginning. It's a new choice to create something new, to create your best, your most unique, your most awesome, inspired life. It's very important for you to recognize the importance of living in your moment. And that is my coaching tip of the day. You can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com and on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. And I would love to hear about your moments. We are going to move on right now to our first caller, who is Amy from Long Island, New York. Amy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. What can I help you with today?
I guess I'm kind of interested in two things, like more financial and health.
Financial and health, our favorite things, aren't they? Yeah. Interestingly, with your finances, I've got a spirit coming in who wants to talk to you, apparently, so I'm just going to touch in with him for just a moment. I do have a gentleman who comes in, and I do feel that he is related to you, and I'm not sure how far, where he is in your family, but I have to say he feels on the taller side to me, and I do see dark hair, and he is giving me something else. Oh, okay, there's something, I think he's really good with his money, because he's actually showing me ledgers, okay? So there's something about money with him. So he's coming in to talk about your finances, apparently. So I'm just going to keep going a little bit. Do you know a Tom by any chance? A Tom on the other side or a Tom here in the physical?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just hold on to that name for now. We'll see if we end up finding out who he is exactly. But right now I'm just feeling a Tom for some reason. And as this person steps in here and talks to me about your finances, he's telling me you've had a little bit of a dip in the finances. Have you had a bit of a dip?
A lot of a dip.
Yes. I always like to be a little bit more gentle. Because it gives me the impression we've had some stuff going on. It also gives me the impression you're having to be very careful with what you're doing with your money. Okay? And he tells me you're actually quite good at this. Congratulations on that, right? Because he says you know how to do it. You know how to handle the money you have and you don't have. And all of that. Did you lose a job recently?
Did I lose a job? No. My husband changed jobs.
Oh, okay. And so the money's not quite as much there as it was?
It's getting better. It was worse before. It's getting better now.
Yeah, don't you hate that when all this stuff is going on? Yeah, because I'm feeling the things shifting for you. It does seem like it is getting better, okay? Because I feel like there's more coming in. Do you have a job yourself?
No, I'm disabled, actually.
Okay, because I'm only feeling him, so I wanted to make sure, feeling him working, so I wanted to make sure I was touching in correctly. So as this person is talking to me, he's telling me the money seems to be getting better. I don't feel it going up a lot higher, okay? I feel it getting better and then it kind of seems to stable off, I'm sure that's a word, be in the same place for a little bit of time, and then I feel it going up a little bit more after that. Okay, so what does that mean? Let me tell you some months or something. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Where are we now? We're August, almost September. Okay, so by the end of the year, I do feel that money is better. Okay, it's not great, but it's better. That's better than nothing, right? Okay, and then I feel like it stays the same for several months or so, and then it seems to increase a little bit more after that. So hopefully that works out to be okay. Now, health for you, when I'm touching into the health for you, I'm actually feeling you're actually doing pretty stably yourself. I'm sure that's a word as well. Nothing like medium land and vocabulary. Are things fairly stable right now for you?
They're okay. They're just okay, I guess.
Okay, because I'm not feeling like it's worse. You know what I mean? I don't feel like something else is coming either. I'm not feeling like there's, interesting. As I just said that, all of a sudden I felt a flare up. Do you have something that would flare up?
I do.
Okay. Unfortunately, I just felt a little bit of a flare up. Okay. Okay. It seems to be a 2 or 3 week flare. I know that probably sounds really long, doesn't it? So if we want it shorter, we'll create it to be shorter than that. I don't want to make it long here for you. But it feels like a 2 or 3 week event here. It does not feel really bad, though. I do have to tell you that. It doesn't feel like you're totally immobile, that kind of thing, where you can't keep moving. Okay?
Okay, makes sense.
Okay, I'm glad that makes sense. Because it feels like it comes in a little bit, and it's bothersome, but not ridiculous. Okay. That seems to be coming in the fall. Okay, in the next couple months. I hate to predict something that is not positive, you know? So if it doesn't happen, good. We'll take it. If it does happen, you can do whatever you have to do to minimize it ahead of time. Okay, just to make sure.
Absolutely.
You know, so it might not be a bad thing. It seems to be related to the weather change. Does that set things off for you?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be, because it seems like the nights are getting colder kind of thing, and, you know, you just wake up feeling a little bit not right again, you know, that kind of feeling there. It's a weird feeling, actually. I'm like, that's too bad. Yeah, so, but that seems okay. And there's something else, too. What else is he saying? Do you spend a lot of time reading by any chance?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Do you spend a lot of time reading?
I do, actually. I'm a very avid reader.
Okay, so all of a sudden I was just feeling a lot of reading, and it's kind of cool, because when you get into that space, it's like you're transported someplace else. You know, you really can feel things in different ways. You know, it's kind of nice. Do you do what do you call this? Like fiction reading as well as self-improvement kind of reading?
More fiction.
Okay, because I'm feeling a self-improvement book, so I do want to talk about that. And it seems to be something along the lines of what I like to talk about, you know, which is your thoughts and how you can create your life with your thoughts. And you make shifts and stuff like that. And I do see a book like that coming in for you. So that'll be fun to see what happens with that, how that shows up into your life. Because there's definitely... Yeah, and I feel like it's just going to show up. So you may see it someplace and think, hey, that looks like a good book. And it's very well written, so I do want to tell you that, because sometimes people think, you know, self-improvement kind of books can be boring and all of that stuff. But it looks like it's very well written, and there's a lot of stories within it, and a lot of hopeful kind of stories, and a bit of spirituality, too. Yeah. Do you have a bit of spirituality for the other side yourself?
I do.
Okay, there's a mention of that, too, as well, of that spirituality for you. How cool. I'm also seeing, okay, I guess we're just going to be all over the place right now. I'm also seeing, and I want to bring this up, a necklace, and it looks like a gold necklace. Do you have a gold necklace that was given to you by a relative or something who may have passed even? Yeah, there's a mention of that as well.
They didn't pass, though.
They didn't pass? Okay. So this man on the other side, okay, that's good. I don't want to put him over there early, you know. But there's a mention of a necklace that you have, too. Does it have special meaning because of the person who gave it to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I just want to acknowledge that, because that's definitely coming in. It's very strong. There's something, okay, the relationship with that, thank you. It's the relationship of to your family and your friends as well. and how this person I'm talking to on the other side is telling me that you have quite a lot of family and friends who care about you. And he's also telling me you really care about them, and you do such a good job with them, taking care of them. And I feel it's a lot of emotional support. Are you one of those people that supports a lot of people emotionally?
I do. I try to anyway.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
You do. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you you do. Because I'm definitely getting this impression from someone here. And they're telling me that it makes a difference for other people. And they're also telling me it helps you feel better when something does come up. You know, because you're not much of one for wanting to accept help from other people. But it's kind of made you more willing to allow people to step in and help you if you need help. You know, it's kind of fun. You really like to take care of yourself, don't you?
I do or I don't?
You do. As much as possible. Not so much?
I kind of lack in that area.
Yes. Now, because he's telling me you take care of people around you, and you like to take care of your own self. You don't really want to ask other people for help so much. Because it's, you know, you just rather take care of it yourself, that kind of feeling.
Well, that's true.
Oh, so that makes sense? I just need to say it in the
that
right
makes
way.
sense. It's true.
Oh, okay, good. Because it's a good feeling, though, because he's telling me that you've learned how to allow people to come and take care of you if you need help, to step in. If they want to offer something, you're a lot easier. It's a lot easier now than it used to be to say, okay, sure. And so that's been really good for you. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to just leave you right now. And it was so nice talking to you today, Amy. And good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
You are most welcome.
You have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And that was Amy from Long Island, New York. And it's always fun to talk to people from all over the place. And I see our next caller is Caprina in Canandaigua, New York. And Canandaigua is actually near me, you know, relatively. How are you, Caprina? Is that how you say your name?
Yes, ma'am. I'm great.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's so nice to talk to somebody who's somewhat in my area. I'm located in Western New York, near Lilydale.
Awesome.
Yeah,
isn't
that
I
cool?
know where that is.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Have you been there before?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay, you'll have to get there sometime. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. So how can I help you tonight?
I was wondering about if you could tell me if things are going to get better in the current situation I'm in.
Okay. And is this a romantic situation by any chance?
More, yeah, I would say so. Yes, ma'am.
You would say so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, this is interesting. What I'm picking up on right away is I'm actually getting what I call my heartache feel in my chest when I know that somebody is having an issue and it's a highly charged situation and it's emotional. I also tend to get sometimes a pain in my jaw, which usually tells me that emotions are not being expressed. Are you in a part of your life right now with this situation where you've got a lot of stress and sadness going on and you're not really letting everything out?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. You're on target.
Okay, because it just that the feeling I get with that, you know, I understand this, is just not a good situation. Has this person, your romantic partner, have they left the picture?
No, not yet.
And do you anticipate this happening?
Probably, yeah, because I went against him.
You went against him? Did you stand up for
Yeah.
yourself? And did you express your opinions?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Like you're supposed to do in life? Well, congratulations. Right. You're one of my favorite people right now. You need to express your opinions. You need to say what is true for you. And if someone else doesn't like it, then that's their problem and not yours. And I understand that doesn't make things easier. So I understand that. It doesn't. Because you want things to be the way they used to be. And there was a time where it was really good and everything was wonderful. But now, because you've expressed your dissatisfaction with something, things have shifted. And with this shift, I'm getting such a feeling of you wanting to back up. and stand down from what you said. Have you actually considered saying, well, no, I didn't mean it that way, or I'm sorry, or, and basically discounting what you said? Have you actually considered that?
No, ma'am, not yet.
Okay.
I'm more or less standing my ground because I feel like I've been done wrong.
Good. Okay, good. 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 Even more good. Congratulations again. Thank God. Because I was like, I hope she hasn't done this. So, excellent. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to apologize, and I don't want you to back up. Okay, I don't want you to back up. The standing your ground is great. I understand, though, there is a loss and there's going to be some grief here with this. Okay, and right. I understand you're going to have to process this as it goes. The chances now of this other person changing their ways and all of that I'm not so feeling. I'm not feeling that, because it seems to me that this other person is on the more stubborn side and is not much of one for seeing different perspectives.
Right.
Would that be accurate?
Spot on.
Yeah, okay. Because I want to make sure that's correct, because there's that feeling of, you know, I know you said you feel like you were done wrong, or whatever the phrase was you used. And at the same time, I get that from the other person too, because you've always been pretty good about being accommodating and being kind and helpful. And it's a little abnormal for you to stand your ground, but a line was crossed, a boundary was crossed, and you acknowledged that and you took action on that. And so that's important. It will be interesting to see actually what really does come to pass, because I feel from the other person a bit of, what's the word? Well, anger. Anger will do. Yeah. I feel anger. I feel frustration. I feel that you don't understand me, that kind of feeling. And, is this other person a little bit controlling as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not liking that either. Okay, so what's your plan here? What's your plan?
Well, I pretty much have stood my ground, and I'm just licking my wounds right now, more or less.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's hard because I really cared about this person, but I just don't want to settle for anything less than what's good for my higher self, for just me, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's so important to recognize. And people who are listening, you should pay attention to this. Sometimes crap happens in our lives. We have to deal with it. And sometimes that crap can lead us to a better place. And that recognition within yourself of taking care of yourself and doing what you have to do, and to move forward and to stand your ground. Because if you honor yourself, which you're doing, congratulations again. I just love you tonight. Let me tell you, you are amazing. I'm just loving you right now, because you're doing what's right for you. You're honoring yourself, and you're showing the world, the universe, this other person, that no, I honor myself, and if you won't, then I'm going to take care of myself. Thank you so much. Goodbye. And you do what you have to do. And it's just so wonderful to meet somebody like this who has the strength to step into something like this, the strength to step in and say, I can take care of myself, and I'm going to take care of myself, and I can deal with the emotions of it, even though it's hard, and you know it's hard, but you're going to deal with it, and then you're going to be such a stronger person after this. It's really, truly a beautiful thing. And
Great.
Yeah, and to have you do that, it gives me such a feeling of, you know what it feels like to me is like you're opening up. It's like you're opening up to new opportunities, new ideas, new situations in life, and stepping into a new power within yourself. It's really wonderful. So as you're going through this emotional part here, You've been taking care of yourself and you've been doing all the right things. You know, you're trying to get sleep and all of that. And you're trying to reassure yourself at the right time. You did the right things that you were supposed to do. You're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, nice. Do you have somebody around you that you can confide in with, honestly, where you can really say, I'm feeling like crap today. Tell me to feel better or something like that?
I have a few.
Okay, good. Because those are so important to have the people around you who you can honestly say, you know what, I'm not doing so well today. I still need to be strong. Can I borrow your strength? Because I do feel people around you who are there for you and who actually really love you a lot and want to make sure you're happy and all of that. Now, I do want to tell you if this relationship does end. Okay, I'm getting my 2-minute warning. So if this relationship does end, I do see another person coming in, so I do want to get that in. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Take your time, though. Like, no rush on this, okay? It feels down the line a bit here. You've still got some things to do, and all of that. But I wouldn't be surprised if within maybe next year, I'll put it on the outside here, if next year there might be someone new in your life. So, don't go around looking around and going, hey, is it you? Is it you? But just keep your eye open and see.
Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you so much, Caprina. It was so nice talking to you, and congratulations on standing up for yourself.
Thank you. I'm very happy. Thank you.
Thank you. See you later. It's so nice, as I said before, to talk to people from everywhere. And wasn't that wonderful to listen to her standing up for herself, taking care of herself, saying what needs to be said. It's amazing, and we don't do it enough, but she did it, and she's going through the emotions of it, and it's going to be okay because she's a strong woman. She did it, and you people are strong too, and you can do it as well. So this week, remember to live moment by moment. You can still make plans, but moment by moment, choose the joy. Choose to honor yourself. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com and on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. And I will talk to you next week. Have a good night.